Hey everyone, the name is Erik Thor and allow me to make this a little more personal video, this video on Infj Truths. Allow me to share what I think it is like to be an INFJ on a more social or more complex or nuanced level. I know being an INFJ means a different thing to a lot of people, but there are some things that I've noticed that tend to be true to all INFJs that I've met. Things that I find are meaningful to INFJs on a deeper level. And one of the first things I've noticed about all INFJs is that INFJs have a more personal, a high need for self-preservation of a kind. I noticed that INFJs are very much more focused on personal motives and more nuanced personal motives. INFJs look to people not based on your class, not based on your gender, not based on your group or what group you tend to come from or your family or your status. An INFJ looks to people based on a person's deeper motives, a person's drive, a person's emotions, a person's feelings or subjective values. An INFJ has a subjective social compass that they study everyone from. And INFJs relate to people on this level, not on any other level. INFJs don't deal with groups. They don't talk to you as an ambassador of a certain group. They don't think of you as a person coming from a certain status or from a certain family. They see you based on what you appear to be dealing with, what emotions appear to drive you, what your intentions are, what you seek and what you need. Something I've noticed that is true about all INFJs, INFJ truth number 2, INFJs tend to be natural peacocks. And I don't think INFJs get some kind of kick from seeing themselves as different from others. And I don't think INFJs see themselves as different from other people. On an average, an INFJ tends to have this vision or this idea that on average, they think they can relate to everyone and that everyone shares a similar, a deeper core, a similar core on a deeper level. But INFJs, when it comes to groups and when it comes to social situations, are very quick to position themselves as outsiders of any group they enter. And they often do this by peacocking. And the reason they do it is not because they get some kick, like I said, from being outsiders, but purely because they want to resist control from the outside. An INFJ wants everything to come from the inside, from my own values and from my own strong sense of identity. And the group is always seen as something that is in the way of an INFJ getting there. An INFJ would never want to do something because a group liked it, or because their family wanted them to do it, or because of outer pressure, social pressure. An INFJ wants every action to come from what they themselves want and what they feel is most important. And an INFJ does it not because this is their role or because of what they need to do, because of their social status. They do it because of what they feel. They have to feel the need to help other people, to help other people. And a good thing, usually INFJs really feel a need to help other people. INFJ truth number 3 is INFJs tend to tense up when they feel seen on their own level of what being seen means. In the process of positioning yourself as an outsider, INFJs can be quick to dismiss themselves, joke at their own expense, and to make themselves seem weird or unusual or quirky in some way or form. INFJs just naturally do this, and they don't think this is a personal thing. They don't see what they share about themselves as personal. They might share things about who they used to be or their history or what they've done in the past, but they rarely share things when it comes to what they are feeling or what's happening on the inside. INFJs very rarely share their processing or what they are experiencing at the moment. And when an INFJ shares this, it's often something that is difficult for them to share. An INFJ who is trying to share something personal about what they're thinking or what they are feeling tenses up immediately as they do it. When they do it, it's like they are pushing it out, and that they require active concentration and strength to be vulnerable on that level. And that's the thing, INFJs can seem like they are so vulnerable and so open with themselves, but they rarely share anything that they truly find to be deep or meaningful with other people. And often they can distract other people and get other people to focus on parts of themselves that aren't that important to them, so that other people won't see the things that are important to them. INFJs are like shepherds of outsiders. INFJs, of course, relate to people on a deeper level. They don't see anyone as a part of a group. And often, as outsiders, as the people who have already established themselves to be outsiders of the group, they attract other people. Other people who feel like outsiders, other people who feel like black sheep, other people who feel lost or like they're struggling with something. Anyone who at any moment, and usually everyone at some point of their life, will feel lost or unsure or insecure or like they're not a part of a group or like they don't have anyone. And then everyone, for some reason, tends to approach the INFJ. Because often, I guess, they see the INFJ standing outside of the room. They see them leaving the party the first. And then the INFJ is the one that they can just follow onto and start talking with, because INFJ often invites this. And INFJs can act like shepherds in these situations, helping people who feel lost and helping people who need guidance and who need to feel like they fit in somewhere. INFJs can help, and they can often see the people that are feeling a little lost, because often these people are the easiest to see. The people who are so caught up in their social persona and in fitting in are often invisible to the INFJ. INFJs miss these people, they don't see them, they don't exist in INFJ's worldview in a sense. And that brings us to another INFJ truth. INFJs tend to struggle with social media. Almost all INFJs I met, some of them have never had social medias. Some of them have had a lot of breaks from social medias. Some of them actively, constantly deactivate their accounts or stop using it or take breaks from it. They shut off their phones, they get out of it. And I think the reason is because on Facebook, it's very little things that interest an INFJ. Very little of what you share on Facebook will be of interest to an INFJ. An INFJ will notice people who seem to be struggling with something, who share personal issues with others, but not people who are interested in keeping up a social appearance. Not someone who is a parent who posts about being a parent. Not someone who is a politician who posts about being a politician. Not someone, and almost everyone on social media is trying to fill in a persona. Everyone on social media has a mask. And that mask is hard to see beneath, especially because you don't see a person's emotions on social media. You only see that, you only see what the person chooses to reveal. And that can, for an INFJ, be a little shallow. INFJs have a high standard of moral excellence. What I've noticed with INFJs is they tend to be a little extreme. When it comes down to values and when it comes down to their sense of self, they are very all or nothing people. When it comes to relationships, it's all or nothing. It's 100% or 0%. When it comes to what they seek to do or achieve in life, they are very much the people who are so easily disappointed because they are perfectionistic idealists. They are idealists, but anything little that can bring up or an issue or a flaw with what they do can deeply discourage an INFJ. The presence of a contradiction or a feeling that you made a mistake or you've done something that went against your values can be a signal to the INFJ that I'm far out, I'm wrong. I need to take a step back and think about my values again and find myself again. Even if it's just a little, it can still cause an INFJ to feel a need to enter into an introspective state. INFJs almost always start with a positive impression of another person. Usually when you ask an INFJ for an opinion about another person, the opinion is almost always positive. While other people might start off with having negative impressions of newcomers or new people or outsiders, INFJs usually start out with a positive impression of everyone. And INFJs can naturally invest themselves in complete strangers. They can help out someone who they've just met for the very first time. They can throw themselves out into over-investing into new other people. And the reason for this is because an INFJ has no problem with being a little disappointed sometimes. INFJs are okay and can handle being disappointed if they tend to invest in the wrong person. INFJs don't dwell too long on what if other person doesn't help you back, or what if they tend to be bad, or what if they prove you wrong. INFJs will say okay to helping another person out. And they can get disappointed in the long run, of course, and they can door slam the person if it appears to be wrong. But overall, INFJs are people that can help anybody, even a person they've just met. Anyways, these were my INFJ truths. I had this day today where I went into kind of a contemplation mode to try to think about life a little, because I had that one day, you know, where you go out and all the coffee shops are closed and there's no coffee anywhere, and you're like, damn it, why did I even leave the house? So I ended up going back to the house and I ended up thinking for a bit, and I ended up coming up with this. I hope you liked it. If you did, leave a like, share or subscribe, and for now, may your neurons be with you.